Undercover journalist Daleiden is back in court amid Planned Parenthood's civil lawsuit against his group, the Center for Medical Progress. Planned Parenthood filed the civil court lawsuit taking place in San Francisco in response to Daleiden's 2015 Undercover videos. The Center for Medical Progress video series alleged the abortion giant executives were selling body parts of aborted babies to researchers for profit, which would violate federal law. Planned Parenthood denies the allegations. This follows a criminal lawsuit also surrounding Daleiden's investigation into Planned Parenthood. The preliminary hearings in that case concluded in September. We recently spoke with Daleiden fresh off the conclusion of those hearings where Planned Parenthood officials took to the witness stand for the first time. Here's our interview. And joining us now from EWTN's Christ Cathedral Studios in the Diocese of Orange, California, is David Daleiden, the Center for Medical Progress founder and project lead. David, welcome back to the show.
Great to be here.
David, these hearings marked the first time Planned Parenthood officials were publicly under oath on the witness stand since your undercover videos were released. What did they reveal?
So the big reveal is that Planned Parenthood's top-level executives and abortion doctors admit under oath on the witness stand that the videos are true. The videos are true, and at the highest levels, they've been selling baby body parts in exchange for money for decades.
And David, what did you reveal during your testimony?
During my testimony, I talked a lot about my motivations for doing a long-term, in-depth undercover study of Planned Parenthood's participation in the harvesting and trafficking of aborted baby body parts. I talked about a lot of the background research, including scientific literature review and speaking with stem cell and other scientific experts, reviewing the somewhat limited amount of prior news reporting that had been done on the phenomenon of harvesting and selling baby body parts, and really being shocked that a lot of this information, while it had been exposed and there had been a lot of very serious allegations of violent criminality in the harvesting and selling of baby body parts as early as 1999 and 2000, for about 10 years, there was no follow-up from any major pro-life group or any major advocacy or investigative journalism organization, and there had just been no follow-up, and no one had looked into it, and it was still going on. So that really motivated me to do this project.
In your opinion, what was the most striking moment during the hearings? For those of us not inside the courtroom, what should we know?
You know, I have to say that there were striking moments every day, whether it was longtime Planned Parenthood abortion providers admitting that it was a regular occurrence for them to be trading baby body parts in exchange for money, whether it was the Attorney General's office's lead investigator admitting that he just fast-forwarded through the videos and didn't actually watch them. So he wasn't looking for our intentions to gather evidence of violent crimes. He wasn't looking for whether they could be overheard. All he was looking for was to identify Planned Parenthood personnel and abortion activists on the videos who could be plugged into a predetermined outcome of a prosecution.
The Center for Medical Progress's Twitter account, which was live tweeting the hearings, was briefly suspended during this trial. What happened there, and has there been an explanation from Twitter?
Yeah, it was pretty incredible. So CMP was reporting live on the proceedings in this public preliminary hearing in a public courtroom open for anybody to walk in and watch and listen to what was going on. We were not the only ones who were reporting live from the courthouse what was going on. There were pro-abortion reporters, there were neutral courthouse news reporters, outlets that were actually live tweeting the proceedings. But Planned Parenthood's lawyers and the Attorney General's office both got very upset that the details of what was going on in this public preliminary hearing and in the public testimony was being reported, and they were very upset that it was being reported from a source like Center for Medical Progress instead of from a source like Rewire, which is a pro-abortion blog. So they threatened us in the courtroom, tried to get the judge to sanction us or to somehow shut it down, and then when that didn't work, And the judge said that he's not going to attack anybody's First Amendment rights the way that Planned Parenthood or Kamala Harris or the Attorney General's office does. Then they went and just reported it to Twitter and lied to Twitter that these proceedings were somehow under seal. They insinuated that we had a recording device inside the courtroom or something like that. There was nothing of the kind. People had their pens and paper notepads, were taking notes, and then going outside the courtroom afterwards to report about what was going on. But they lied to Twitter and accused us of doing things we weren't doing, and Twitter didn't bother to check the facts. They preemptively shut down all of our tweets about this and deleted all of them. We went through the normal Twitter appeals process, and within a couple of hours, all the tweets and the full functionality of our account was restored. So there's not been any kind of apology or explanation from Twitter as to how that happened, but I think that the fact that we were able to get it restored in just short order by going through the normal processes shows you that it matters that Twitter is now under serious scrutiny from the pro-life Trump administration and from others in Congress who are really concerned about the monopoly that Silicon Valley tech giants are wielding on our free speech right now. So that shows that elections matter.
And David, were these hearings a result of Democratic presidential candidate Kamala Harris's time as California Attorney General?
They were the direct result of Kamala Harris prostituting her powers as the top law enforcement officer of the state to her political backers and political donors at Planned Parenthood. This case is not based in the facts of what happened or in the law in the state of California. It's based solely in serving Planned Parenthood's political narrative and what they wanted their hand-picked Attorney General in California to do for them.
And finally, David, what's at stake here for the Center for Medical Progress and this investigation into Planned Parenthood, and what is next?
Planned Parenthood is manipulating the legal system and using the legal system as a tool to attack the whistleblower and to try to shut down free speech and to attack the First Amendment civil rights of myself, of the Center for Medical Progress, and really of all Americans to engage in protected journalism activity and to read and watch the results of that activity. I'm flying up to San Francisco in just a day or two here for the beginning of the federal jury trial in Planned Parenthood's civil lawsuit against me and several of CMP's undercover investigators and against the Center for Medical Progress. We're going to be in federal court in a 12-member jury trial against Planned Parenthood in San Francisco for the rest of the month of October. And a lot of the same Planned Parenthood leadership and their top abortion doctors that your viewers are familiar with from the videos are going to once again take the witness stand under oath, and they're going to have to admit their involvement in the harvesting and sale of baby body parts. So I'm looking forward to the facts coming out.
David Daleiden, Center for Medical Progress founder and project lead, thank you for being with us.
Thank you so much.